Kevin, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for joining me today to discuss your journey with IBD. What a journey it has been. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited to discuss it because you've been through so much with this, but come out the other side so strong. And I think a lot of people are going to relate with how we got success and the combination of conventional and natural. But first, can you tell us, what were you diagnosed with, how long ago, and what was that like for you and your family?
I was diagnosed in 2013 with ulcerative colitis. I had blood in my stool, so I went to the doctor. Obviously, they did a colonoscopy. He's like, you're going to have ulcerative colitis the rest of your life. You're going to have to be on medicine. I started out with mesalamine, all the weaker meds, and then I moved into, I was on Entyvio, I was on Humira, Xeljanz, and now I'm on Rinvoq, which is a pill. It's been 11 years now later.
It's summer 2024. It's been 11 years.
My doctor told me I can eat whatever I want. It has nothing to do with my diet. And I was like, that doesn't really sound right. If I eat Taco Bell, I'm going to have a problem.
Same, right? And that was very similar with me too. But so 11 years diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. During that time, what did you think about this idea of natural medicine and nutrition plans and root causes around candida, bacteria? Did you feel like it was hocus pocus, or did you feel like you wanted to do it, couldn't work? Where were you at?
My wife mentioned it to me, and I was like, I kind of blew her off. I was like, it's not going to work. I was like, my doctors told me it doesn't matter what I eat, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I never even thought twice about it until my last colonoscopy in January, when my doctor's like, well, I know you don't want to do surgery, but that might have to be on the table soon because we tried all these meds. And I was like, okay. I started researching Rinvoq on the internet because I was on YouTube. I was freaking out, and I ran into an interview with you, with Mark Groves.
Mark Groves podcast.
I watched the interview, the whole thing, and I was like, well, this guy just healed his Crohn's colitis naturally. And then I started watching more videos. I watched the testimony, which I'm doing right now. And 6 months later, here I am doing one. I can't even believe it.
Congratulations, but let's get this straight. So 10 years, you're like, doctor's the boss. I'm gonna do what the doctor says. Nothing matters. I'm gonna live my life. You have been on multiple biologics, multiple medications that just kept failing, and you weren't getting anywhere. Now you do a scope and they say it's looking like surgery, and you're going, hold the phone. Now I'm gonna listen to my wife or start looking around because he's got nothing else for me.
Yeah.
It took to that point where it was like, they're gonna cut out my colon, or I'm gonna start dancing and standing on my head and doing whatever these holistic people say. And here you are, but so you came across, you looked at it, you felt it was integrity, you felt there was something there, you felt like it might be able to help you. But beforehand, how bad were your symptoms? So you joined back in January, about 5-6 months ago. What were your symptoms like back then?
So January, I was 15 to 20 times bowel movements a day, mucus, blood, anything you can imagine. Calprotectin was at 3,000.
The highest elevated calprotectin, 15 to 20 bowel movements a day. What about urgency, blood, mucus, diarrhea? How was all that?
I had blood, mucus, diarrhea. I went to Disney. After every single ride, I had to look for the bathroom. I joined in February, and I went from 15 to 20 to 4 or 5 a day, and now I'm down to 1 to 2.
Wow.
So
I mean, that's crazy, but you're sitting here, you're at 15, 20 a day, massive blood, extreme mucus, urgency, diarrhea. You have to look for a bathroom. You have 2 seconds for a bathroom. Looking at your notes, you're about 15 pounds underweight. You're a big guy, so you would drop down to 202. And you were also getting really bad cramping and pain and gas, like extreme kind of pain, extreme gas. So, I mean, these symptoms were terrible, and you had done what the doctor had said. You had tried these medications, nothing. But when we got in, we decided, you said, hey, I'm going to go on Rinvoq, which is one of the newer biologics, which is a capsule, so you don't have to get the infusion. So we said, okay, you're going to go on Rinvoq, and I'm going to do the S.H.I.E.L.D program at the same time. And what are your symptoms now?
No urgency. 1 to 2 bowel movements a day. Now, if I eat something spicy, I might have 3, but yeah, it's been great.
Any blood?
No blood, no mucus,
no
mucus,
diarrhea. No diarrhea, no cramping pain?
None.
Have you rechecked your calprotectin?
No, I'm waiting until my colonoscopy. I decided.
Okay, wait till the colonoscopy. Haven't checked the lab work. But bowel movements looking good. 1 to 3 a day, usually 1 to 2. Energy's amazing. You've gained back about 14 pounds of weight. Are you eating a lot better than you used to? Cleaner, safer, smarter?
I'm eating cleaner, and I'm kind of branching out. Dr. Z's giving me a couple snacks that I can, websites that I can go onto and, find stuff that I used to eat. It's more healthy.
You're eating cleaner and you're eating smarter, but do you also still feel like you're not in prison where you can still be happy and still eat and you feel comfortable with your nutrition?
Oh, I'm very happy the way I eat.
So even though you're eating healthier, as a guy who probably ate like me, standard American for 25 years, you feel happier like this, you feel healthier like this, you feel like you can keep it up, it's not overwhelming. And last question, do you feel like it's gotten easier and easier to stay away from toxic, poisonous food?
Well, yeah, I mean, knowing I have 4 kids, 4 daughters, and I see how I'm eating now, and I look at all the ingredients in food now, and I can't even believe what I'm feeding my kids. I mean, I love eating the way I've been eating. eating.
Beautiful.
And
Teach those kids. I got 2 kids too. We got to teach our kids. You got food freedom. You're not sitting here saying, hey, I got great results, but I've only got to eat these 6 things to keep this up. You have variety. And if you had celebration meals where you can get away with something that's a little off and be okay?
yeah, I had wedding cake about a month ago at my buddy's wedding and no reaction.
Beautiful. Kevin, did you think that any of this was possible 6 months ago?
No, I mean, I thought it was over.
You thought colon, stoma, that was it.
I thought the worst, which crazy that I came across your video, like a godsend or something. I don't know.
Dude, man, I'm so happy to hear that. But it's hard work. It's not easy. You got to work hard. You got to learn a lot. You got to research and study even in the program. It takes work, right?
Oh, 100%. Like, even when I started, I was freaking out about all the supplements. And now I'm kind of like weaning off.
Everything's easier and simpler. But when you start, it can be a little overwhelming. Yeah, what do these things do? Or watching trainings and getting involved, and what is this? And what's this therapy and all that? Now, we were talking earlier, if there's one piece of advice that, let's say a person out in the world who just did what the doctor said for 15 or 11 years and is at that point where they want to consider this, what's one piece of advice you give to them on what's worked for you? If you could highlight something in the program that you'd say, man, this is the thing that I think really helped me out, what would you say?
So the whole protocol to me is very effective. I mean, Dr. Z has been great. Having a coach guide me through this and be able to text him whenever I want. I mean, I can text my doctor, but we're not texting about my everyday life. We're texting about, is my medicine working?
You've got DM support from Dr. Z.
DM support 24/7, basically. I mean, he responds within an hour. He's been fantastic. I don't know about other people, but I couldn't have done it by myself.
That's why we have coaches. So you're saying without a coach, without Dr. Z here helping you out along the way, you couldn't have just watched some videos and come to live lectures. You needed that one-on-one support to get these results.
There's more than just the diet. There's more than just the supplements. Yeah, that stuff is all there, but you need someone to tell you how to do it and coach you. And then obviously the program has so much more to offer than that. With the Circle app, you can ask other people that have the same, and we're in this for life, so I'm allowed to ask people questions.
So you can talk with other members about their results, their protocols, what they're doing. So you got a community that's free to talk to. We're not policing members talking to each other. If I'm thinking about a program, that's a sign of integrity. Wouldn't let me talk to other members? What are you hiding? If you let me talk to other members, that's a sign that this works, there's integrity, there's real results, that I can learn from each other. You're not alone anymore.
I felt alone. I felt helpless. I really didn't know what to do. Finding this program has been the best thing that's ever happened to my life.
Dude, Kevin, thank you so much, man. That's why I built it. Guys, everyone listening, there's no way to build a perfect program. You do it one step at a time. You try to do it with integrity. You try to do something that can really help results. I've been working and doing this for 10 years just to make it better and better because I knew Kevin was coming along. Kevin was watching the same testimonies you guys are watching right now. Dr. Z, what do you think was something that, if you could highlight some of the attributes that really helped Kevin get great results, what were some things you would highlight about him that made him successful?
Well, Kevin has been great. One of the things that I loved about him was that he always had a positive attitude and was willing to put in the work and learn. So he wasn't just relying on me. A lot of the things that he's done, obviously he's done it on his own by doing research, watching videos, going through the Circle app, just having a positive attitude and willing to learn. That's the biggest thing.
And Kevin, one thing I'd also say, and everyone else out there listening, is you combined Rinvoq with natural medicine, and that is okay. Because everything we do here can only help empower Rinvoq to work. Now, you had failed medications beforehand, so we know that a good percentage of our results, we believe, are in the natural world, but we also got to give tribute that we use this biologic that may have also helped us get there. And so that natural medicine can always help support biologics if you want to use them. If you ever want to get off biologics or they're not working, this is also here as well. So it's you can only win, it can't hurt, it can only help type situation. Last question, you, Kevin, what do you think about the results of Rinvoq versus the program? Any 2 cents on that?
I would say 80-20. 80% of it working from the program and 20 might be too high, 20% for the Rinvoq.
Wow.
And the reason why I say that is because I was off Rinvoq for a month in the middle of it, switching my milligrams from 45 to 30, and I had every symptom, like my lungs, my fatigue, everything you can think of, but my GI symptoms didn't change.
So you had no GI symptoms come back, but you had other adverse reactions happening with energy and lung health and a few other things coming off this new medication.
Correct.
Which is scary, and we don't know the connection. So everyone out there listening, we don't always know. That's an intuition, that's a guesstimate, but one of the benefits of natural medicine is you're empowered. You can do 100 different things. It's exciting to learn about root issues. It's exciting to treat your body better. It's exciting to feel like it's in your hands, and that's what matters, is how we feel about it, and what we can always do both. Kevin, thank you so much for being here today and discussing your story and sharing it. Dr. Z, great job with him to support him. You know, everyone out there who's listening, who was in your shoes and is watching a story and watching these testimonies, what would be your last piece of advice for maybe like you before, 8 months ago, or that other guy out there whose wife's been nagging at him or talking to him? What would be your 2 cents to anyone out there listening?
Anyone who's struggling, I would say, if your doctor's told you your diet doesn't matter or your lifestyle doesn't matter, I would say that's BS. I would try to find Crohn's Lifestyle S.H.I.E.L.D program online and sign up immediately. I mean, results for 2 months and my symptoms completely changed.